This is the story of how I plan and try to execute a shot. We'll be talking about 2 or 3 apps that I use all the time for my landscape photography, and there will be some cinematic footage and some images too. So you might remember in the last video we were in Mount Saint-Michel, a beautiful place by the way, but on my way back from there I had this super original idea, I know, of shooting the full moon just above or behind, if possible, the castle of Mount Saint-Michel. So once I got home, I started researching and doing some scouting on Google Maps to see if there were some spots around the castle where I could take that shot from. The app that I've been using for years for everything related to the moon, the sun, or the sky in general is called Sun Surveyor, and it's awesome. Okay, so let's open the app. I was already there in the location, but let me show you real quick. So this is Mount Saint-Michel. Here it's the castle is in this island that is offshore in the bay. When you visit this location, you park the car around here. I think the parking lot is around here, and there is a viewpoint. The main viewpoint is around here. So the problem with that location for the shot that I wanted is that you are facing north, and the moon spends most of the time either behind you or on the sides. So if I want to take that shot of the moon behind the castle, I would have to either be on a boat over here, or easier, just go here for sunset when the moon is over there. If we are here, we see it behind the castle, or just go to the other side for sunrise when the moon is over here. So the problem with this side, in this particular location, is that there is nothing here. These are meadows that I believe get covered with water when the tide is high. And it's hard to walk on them because they are pretty sandy. So we want to do the other side and go there for sunrise. I also prefer sunrise. So you can do this from Google Maps if it's easier for you, or just right from this app. I'm just gonna show you the spot that I found. I use Google Maps for this, by the way, but I found this spot. You can switch to Street View here. And this is a viewpoint. It's loading now, and you can see some cars there. That's a viewpoint where you can go, and that's the castle right there, and that's exactly the shot that I wanted to take. You can see the moon on the street view, which is pretty nice, and you can move it. So I wanted to take a shot like right there above the castle, or a little bit to the side, something like that. And this is not exact either, so the moon could be a little bit lower, a little bit higher, but it's gonna be in that region. The castle is a little bit far away, but that shouldn't be a problem with a long lens, and it should help magnifying the size of the moon to adding more drama to the photo. So yeah, this is the shot that I wanted to take, and this is the perfect spot to do so. Now that we have the spot, we know where we are going to be taking the shot from. We just need to know when. Down here on this bar, you can see the day and the time when the moon is going to be in that position. As you can see, you can move it, and the moon is going to be over there on Thursday the 25th at 8:17. So that's pretty handy to know. The first day that I wanted to try to go there was on Wednesday. As you can see, it was right behind the castle. The problem with this day, with Wednesday, is the moon was setting around 7:50 and sunrise was at 8:40. So this was going to happen like almost an hour before sunrise. The whole scene, the whole landscape would be pitch dark. They probably have some lights at the castle, but everything else was going to be dark, which is fine. I could create an interesting silhouette of the castle, but not ideal. That's not what I had in mind. The next day, on Thursday, the moon was going to be higher on the sky, but it was going to be just before sunrise, so there would be some ambient light at least, and that's what I had in mind. That would be the best day for me to try it, on Thursday the 25th, and then the next day on Friday would still be possible. The problem with Friday was that the moon was going to be much higher, probably too high. Okay, so we have 3 possible days. The best one is Thursday, but we could make it work on Wednesday and Friday. What else do we need to know before going there? Well, the most important thing when we are trying to photograph something in the sky like the moon is the weather. So for the weather, I use Dark Sky. It's a nice app, and as you can see, it gives you your current location, but you can have favorites too. So I have here Mount Saint-Michel here. And you can see the forecast for the next 24 hours, and then you can select specific days. And that's how I know if the sky is going to be clear enough to photograph the moon or stars or something like that. Of that window I had of 3 days to take this shot, Dark Sky was telling me that Thursday and Friday were going to be mostly cloudy, Wednesday was going to be pretty much clear, so I decided to try it on Wednesday. I knew it was not going to be the perfect day, but that was okay, better than nothing. I woke up really early, and by really early I mean like 6 or so, because sunrise here is at 8:40, it's pretty late, so I left the house at 6:45, and right away I could see the full moon. It was a perfect clear day, and I was very excited about getting this shot. As I was getting closer and closer to my destination, I saw that it was getting cloudier and cloudier, not in my location, but farther away, far in the horizon where the moon was setting. After a few times disappearing and showing up again and playing some games with me, the moon had enough, and I'm gonna call it a night. I'm done for today, bye, disappeared behind a cloud and never showed up again. I still made it to the spot because I had never been there physically, so I wanted to check it out. I wanted to see if it was accessible, because one thing is a street view and one thing is a reality. And in fact, I got there and there was a new sign that it didn't show up on Google Maps. It was wrong way, but I would still be able to park and walk. It was just a few hundred feet from there. So attempt number 1 didn't work, but I was pretty close to Mount Saint-Michel, so I decided to go there for sunrise, and I got some footage and images that I'm gonna show you right now. Okay, so you might think that everything was over, that there was no way I was going to get this shot, but I wanted to give it a try because the weather is not reliable and you never know what's going to happen. And even though the weather app was telling me that Thursday was going to be a cloudy morning, I wanted to try it. I woke up early again, ready to go and drive that 1 hour from here to Mount Saint-Michel. On the way there, I was getting more and more and more excited because it was getting clearer and clearer. It was a very clear and beautiful morning. I could see the full moon right there in the sky waiting for me. There were no clouds on the horizon this time where the moon was setting. I was sure that I was going to get this shot. And then it happened. I think I was within 10 miles of Mount Saint-Michel when the fog started to show up. And you know, I love the fog. I missed it a lot. These last 2 weeks here in France were nothing but pretty much clear and sunny skies. But I didn't want it this morning. This was the morning where I wanted the clear skies and clear weather. And I got the thickest fog ever. Seriously, I couldn't believe it. I was at the right location at the right time. I had the right lenses, the right equipment. I had the right weather too, because it was a clear morning, even though the app was saying that it was mostly cloudy. I did everything I could, I did everything right, but the fog ruined the whole thing. I thought about waiting it out because you never know, but it was so thick. I only had half an hour before moonset, so I just drove away and tried to take advantage of that fog because I love it so much. I went for a walk and took some shots in the fog, and these are some of them. So yeah, even though all this effort and the planning, the driving there, the waking up early, didn't really work out, and I didn't get the shot that I wanted, it was still really fun to get out there and try to get the shot. It's fun to have a goal, to have a mission like this every once in a while. And it was not a waste of time anyway. I got that beautiful sunrise in Mount Saint-Michel, and I got that beautiful walk in the fog the next morning, so it was pretty good, I would say. Before saying goodbye for today, I just wanted to show you real quick how I use Google Maps for my landscape photography. So Google Maps, my favorite app for landscape photography. As you can see, I have a bunch of these green labels or pins or whatever all over the place. That's where we live, in northwest Spain. All the places that we visited in Portugal. This is Andorra, this is the Pyrenees, the region of the Pyrenees where we were. And these are all the places that we visited or we are going to visit during our road trip. So I got all these places from previous research or talking to people familiar with the region. I ask on Instagram sometimes about recommendation about places where to go from friends, family members, whatnot. I have a lot of pins like this all over the place. So for example, this is Mount Saint-Michel right here. And this is loading, yes. So this is an iconic location. I know I want to go there. I know I'm going to be spending a few hours over there, probably the whole day. So I'm going to be doing a day trip there, just to that location. And I know I'm going to be there for a while. But what if I finish early? What if after 1 or 2 hours of exploring Mount Saint-Michel, I got bored, I don't feel inspired, I don't think there are more images that I can make over there? What do? It already took me 1 hour to drive from the apartment to Mount Saint-Michel. I want to take advantage of that drive for already being there in Normandy. What else can I go? So I just pull up Google Maps and I check if I previously saved other green labels around. And I can see here that I have this little town of branches or whatever. And this one is Fougères or something like that. So if I had more time that day that I went to Mount Saint-Michel, I could take advantage and just go to those two locations too before heading back. You don't go to locations like Mount Saint-Michel every day though. So most of my days I don't have a plan, so I don't know where to go. So the day before or even that same morning when I wake up, I just pull up the map. And that's what I did this morning actually. This is from an upcoming video, so spoiler alert. But I just look at the map and I say, I don't feel like driving more than an hour, so it's gotta be within 1 hour. And I saw these two pins here, and this one is a cape, Capfre Hill or something like that, and it was within an hour drive. I looked cool, so that's what I did. I just went there without having to spend time doing any research this morning. So next week we are going to be spending some time on the westernmost part of Brittany. I already have a few places saved. Here, as you can see, I'll be adding more after doing some research. So that way I know that even if I don't know where to go, I can always pull up this map and just find a location that could be cool to shoot. Now, as you can see here, I have a bunch of them. That's where I live, and many mornings when I wake up and it's foggy or something, like, where do I go today? I don't know, let me think. And I just choose one location, I just go. And that's what I do with Google Maps, that it synchronizes to all of your devices, by the way, so you can do the research on your iPad while you are in bed, and it synchronizes to your phone, or you can do it on your computer or whatnot. It's always there. This is an amazing tool for landscape photography. And that's all I got for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions about any of these or any of the apps that I used, or if you have any suggestions or recommendations about different apps, please leave a comment down below. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one.